Okay, so let's start in a seated position. So find your way onto your mat if you're not there yet. If you have two blocks, you might want to have them handy. You'll be okay without them, but a couple of hamstring openers and hip flexor openers. So if you know that you like to have blocks for that sort of thing, then feel free to make them available. And either way, find a comfortable seat and we'll get started from there. And let me just put some music on so I can keep track of time for myself. All right, so finding a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. Maybe sitting on a prop, maybe sitting flat on your bottom, but either way, let your palms rest in your lap. Try to lift up tall through the crown of your head. And then in an almost effortless way, there's a tiny amount of effort. Start to encourage the breath to get deeper and deeper. You don't necessarily want to jump right into your deepest possible breath. Instead, you're looking to build the breath, one cycle at a time. And we'll pay a little extra attention to the space from knee to belly button, which will include the thigh muscles, front and back, inside and outside, also the pelvic muscles, and then the lower abdominal muscles, and the low back and the glutes. So even though you're sitting here becoming more aware of everything, you can spend a little bit of extra awareness and time on that particular area, just making sense of what you have going on. Try not to label anything, good, bad, right, wrong, like, dislike. Try to just observe. Maybe you notice that your right hip is always the tight one, or maybe the left hip flexor area is a little harder to get to work when you need it to. Or maybe the glutes don't activate quite evenly. So things to pay attention to. Things to maybe use this practice to help try to rectify, straighten out. But before you even anticipate balancing or transitioning or stretching, try to just organize the breath. And then notice the other things that bring you into this moment, like the temperature in the room you're in, any smells there might be in your home, maybe a taste in your mouth if you had a cup of coffee recently or just had lunch not too long ago. Notice what you're hearing, sound of my voice, and any other household sounds that might be going on. You can feel the texture of your clothing on your skin and what it feels like for your sits bones and shins or outer legs to be touching your mat or touching any props underneath you. Having established all of that awareness, each moment as it passes through, bring yourself back to the breath. See if you can dive in just a little bit deeper. Let's take 5 more cycles of breath here. Simple, easy, and grounding so that every pose, every moment from here on out, we've got the breath as a foundation. Breath is like the thread that goes through each and every aspect of this experience. Notice at this point if there's an intention in your mind. Maybe something just makes itself clear. And if not, start to open the space for that to develop. And then an inhale can bring your palms together in front of your heart. And an exhale lightly bows your head down to your hands and heart. Offer something up, even if it's just your sense of self, your sense of being in the moment for now. Even though most of our practice will focus a little extra on the lower body, let's start with the shoulders. Lift the head, float open the eyes. Keep your seat, or find a better one if you're not comfortable anymore. Goalpost the elbows, palms face forward, and then wrap your right elbow underneath the left for eagle arms. So grab shoulders, backs of palms can touch, or palms can come together. Once you find something, lift the elbows up, reach the elbows forward, and then melt that whole shape down to your heart. Keep that in position. Keep both waistlines even and long, and tilt your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then once you've got that, spin your gaze down and towards the right, and then tuck your chin just a little bit extra, and the eyes can close back down. And try to move that left shoulder blade away from the ear. Try to move the outer edge of the collarbone away from the center of the chest. And then stay still if you'd like, or start to rock the head from side to side. Maybe making a little half moon type of a shape, or maybe even something bigger and more abstract or more circular. Take 3 more breaths here on your own time, breathing slow. And then last one, when you're ready, deep breath in. Exhale, lift the head, float open the eyes, unravel the arms, come back to your goalpost, twist towards the right. And you're goalposting the arms just so you're not tempted to use them until the last moment. You can float them down, right fingertips behind you, left hand to the right thigh. Try to keep both sides of your waistline even and try to keep both shoulders relaxed. And then come back to center. Make sure you're still sitting comfortably. Option to switch the cross of your ankles if that's something that's easy to do. And then goalpost the elbows again, palms face forward. Good, and this time left elbow under the right. And then same add-on, grab shoulders or backs of palms together, or the palms can touch, depending on how you feel. Once you're in position, lift the elbows up, reach the elbows forward. And same thing, melt the elbows down towards your heart. Try to keep everything else the same, but tilt your left ear towards your left shoulder this time. And then you'll spin your gaze down and towards the left, tuck your chin a little extra, and close your eyes. And once you get into position, you can stay still or you can start to rock the head from side to side. Same thing, lifting the chin, lowering the chin, circling it out, and anywhere in between. Whatever feels intuitive and natural and sort of easy to work with. And we're here another 3. And 2. And then last one, deep breath in. Exhale, lift the head, float open the eyes, unravel the arms, same thing, find a goalpost. This time twist towards your left, moving from your belly and your lower abdomen, and then float the arms down, left fingertips behind you, right hand somewhere on the left knee or thigh, or even to the ground in front of you if that feels better. Take one more inhale, reach up tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, come back to center. If you're sitting on any props, you can get rid of them. Blocks might be helpful at the front of your mat for a little bit later. And then you're gonna step your feet flat to the mat. As you warm up, you might take any long sleeves off, but keep them nearby just in case you cool down too much. You'll step your feet flat and wide, and then you'll bring your fingertips behind you, almost like you're going to do a reverse tabletop. So from the side, it would look like this. And then what you'll do is lift your chest up a whole lot and take both of your knees, lower them down to the right. I'm going to scare her away. Now lift the knees back through center like a windshield wiper, and then lower your knees down and towards the left. And we'll do that a few more times. So lift the knees through center. Feet are almost as wide as the mat, maybe right at the edges of the mat. Lower the knees to the right. And then lift through center. And lower the knees to the left. Now you can keep going just like that, make it really simple on yourself and adjust your hands into a position that's comfortable. If you want a little extra, lift the palms to prayer and lower the knees to the right. So you're using more of the muscles of your hips and lower body to get there. And then lift up through center. Keep your palms hovering and lower the knees to the left. So option to stay supported, option to go unsupported. And then lift through center either way, lower the knees to the right. Back to center and lower the knees to the left. You'll notice they're kind of scooching forward a little bit by accident as you do this, which is fine. You'll just readjust. Come back to center, scoop back if you need to, and one more time, lower the knees to the right. Palms to prayer or use your hands, lift through center, and then lower the knees to the left. Now this time it's a little different. Lift through center, lower the knees to the right with or without help from your hands, and then lower the fingertips to frame out your right knee and thigh. Walk your fingertips to the right, keep your legs the same, and then bow your head. And maybe you get a lot of stretch, maybe very little stretch. That part doesn't matter so much as sliding the shoulders down the back and keeping the outer hips firming in. Now from here, either keeping the arms for support or lifting the torso upright, you'll come back to center, knees to the ceiling. And then same thing to the left. So both knees go to the left, fingertips frame out your left knee. Inhale, chest reaches to the left. And then exhale, bend your elbows and sink in. Just be mindful if you're off your mat a little bit of what props are around you so you don't hit your head or knock anything over. Let's do one more of each. So lift up through center, either use the hands or hover the hands. Come back to center, knees to the ceiling, and then knees to the right one more time. Spin the torso to the right. Fingertips can frame out your right knee. Walk it down and to the right, and then hang your head. Shoulders away from the ears. And then one more time, lift through center, option to stay supported, lift the knees, pause, and then lower them to the left. Frame out your left knee with your fingertips, walk them out as far as they can go, and then fold over your left knee. Shoulders away from the ears, we're here for 3. And 2. And 1, and then lift up and out of it with or without support. Come back to center, and this time you'll cross up the shin bones and work your way over your shins into a tabletop. So if there's a better way for you to kind of swivel around to one side or make that happen in an easier manner, then go for that. And then once you get into tabletop, tone your belly towards your spine. Bring your right hand behind your head. Try to line up your right elbow with your right ear. And then you'll open your chest to the right. Keep your lower body the same. Good. Exhale, close the chest down so elbow points to the floor. 2 more like that. Inhale, open to the right. Exhale, close the chest down. And then one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Now come back to center. Reach the left leg back behind you. Hover the left leg up into the air. And reach the right arm forward. And just try to find a counterbalance for 5. Try not to let the rib cage drop down towards the mat. For 4. Outer hips firm in for 3. And 2. And 1. Right palm flat, left knee flat, left arm forward, right leg back. Same thing. Try to point your right toes down and try not to let your pelvis turn open. So try to keep everything squared up, ribs towards the spine, and you're breathing. 4, 3, 2, And 1. Left palm down, right shin down, regular tabletop. Inhale, cow pose your spine. And then exhale, cat pose your spine. 2 more of each. Work with the breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And again, same thing. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round into cat. And then come back to center, left hand behind your head. Inhale, open your chest to the left. Try to keep your lower body the same. And then exhale, close your chest down. Try to point your left elbow to the floor. Good, 2 more, same thing. Inhale, open to the left. Exhale, close it down. And 1 more like that. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And then come back to neutral. Stretch your right leg back behind you. Take your right leg to a hover as best you can. Square the hips towards the floor. Reach your left arm open to the left. And this time we're going to add a little bit of core work so that the abdomen's ready to keep us kind of supported and balanced as we practice. So inhale, reach the arm and leg apart. And then exhale, best you can. Bend the elbow, bend the knee. Round the back, try to tap them together underneath you. And it's okay to wobble, that's part of it. Inhale, reach again, arm forward, leg back. Exhale, hug in, bend the elbow, bend the knee, see if they'll tap. 2 more times, inhale, reach. Exhale, curl in. Last one, inhale, reach. Exhale, curl in. And then back to where you started. Left palm flat, right shin flat, left leg stretches back behind you. Right arm stretches forward like you want to shake someone's hand. Ribs towards the spine. Inhale, reach the arm and leg. And then exhale, bend the elbow, bend the knee. See if they can tap. Inhale, reach again. Exhale, curl in. And then 2 more, same thing on the breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. Last one, inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. And then right palm flat, left shin flat. Inhale, cow just once. Exhale, cat just once. Then come back to neutral. Walk your hands a little bit forward, curl the toes. Lift the hips, stretch it back, downward facing dog. And pedal out the feet. Bend 1 knee at a time, straighten out the opposite leg. Grip the mat with your hands, but push the mat away as always. And then let's pick the right leg up into the air. Bend the knee, open up the hip if you'd like, and try to reach from belly button out through each of your inner thighs. And then right knee to your nose, come forward, lift the shin bone up, make some space, look between the thumbs, and step the right foot between your thumbs, or grab the heel, sweep it up if you need to. Now here's where blocks could come in handy, or fingertips will work just fine. Inhale, straighten out the right leg to the degree it's willing to straighten at this point. And then exhale, bend the right knee back to a square. And repeat. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the right knee. Left knee melts down. Scoot your left knee back just a little bit. Point the toes. Inhale, cow pose your spine. Lift up through your heart. Same thing, fingertips or blocks. Exhale, cat pose your spine. And round through your back. And then put that on repeat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. 2 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then last one. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Now come back to neutral. Stretch your right leg towards straight. Left knee is going to stay bent to a 90-degree angle. Inhale, chest towards your right big toe. Feel free to add more of a bend in the right knee if it feels like that's more comfortable. And then exhale, fold over your right leg. 5 slow breaths. Try to find a dynamic between the chest reaching and the shoulders relaxing. So sort of like you're reaching in all different directions with each of your body parts, each of your muscles. Last 3. Try to keep that left hip firming in. Notice if your butt kicks out to the left a little bit. Last two. And last one, deep breath in. Exhale, lift up just about halfway. Keep the legs. Walk your fingertips a quarter turn to the right. This one might be a little bit more tender, so bend the knee more if you need to. And then keep the reach of your chest, soften the elbows, and fold back in. We're here just for 3. Then for 2. And for 1. Now look forward. Walk it all the way forward again. Frame out the right foot, bend the right knee. Left palm flat. Curl the left toes, lift the left knee, peel the right side body open. So come into a twisted lunge here. And then take that right arm up and overhead, palm facing down. And as you firm the outer right hip in, make 3 big shoulder circles, initiating that movement from the right shoulder blade. And you decide, you can bend the elbow, you can retract the arm a little bit more by pulling the arm towards the back. So make it kind of an intuitive circle. And after 3 of those, go the opposite direction. And same thing, just explore. Now, after all 6, you'll look down at the ground, take your right fingertips down, pop up onto your left fingertips, step all the way forward, top of the mat, feet hips width apart and parallel, but then bend your knees, sink your hips. It's a little different than usual. Tap your fingers in line with your heels, reach the arms out in front of you as you lift your chest, grab hold of opposite elbows, and then try to lift your elbows up towards the ceiling and reach your tailbone down towards the floor. We're here for 4. Keep your breath going, even though your legs are working, for 3. We're here for 2. Last one, reach the arms towards straight so your fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling, and then push the ground away, stand up slowly, circle the arms down, palms meet in front of your heart, bow your head, close your eyes, Samastitihi, take a moment. And check back in, either you have an intention or you're open to the possibility of an intention just showing up. Periodically, you just want to reflect on that. And then let's add a sun A before the second side. So release the arms, palms face forward. Eyes open up. Inhale, circle the arms around and up. Make it as slow and symmetrical as you can. And then exhale, swan dive all the way forward. And touch the mat. Inhale, lengthen forward, lift halfway. Just once. And then exhale, plank pose, top of a push-up. Or skip it if you're just not interested. So by all means, you can go tabletop or down dog instead. But if you feel pretty good, lean forward, lower halfway, and then all the way to your belly. Rest your forehead, point your feet. Inhale, curl the chest up, cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Now in a traditional sun A, we'd hop back to the top of the mat, but instead, let's take it easy on ourselves. Walk your hands towards your toes. Find your way to the back of the mat. Make sure the feet are parallel. And then bend your knees, grab hold of opposite elbows, and do a little sway from side to side. Make your head, your shoulders, your rib cage as heavy as you can. Use the weight of your upper body to get your lower body opening up a little easier and maybe a little quicker. And then stay there grabbing opposite elbows, or you can come back to center. Sweep the arms around behind you, interlace your fingers there, and stretch the knuckles up and overhead. All the while tucking the chin so the back of the neck gets a little bit more length, and we're here for 3. Maybe rock the head side to side, see if you can find some new stretches. For 2. And then last one, deep breath in. Exhale, come on back to center, bend the knees, release the arms. Palms flat, walk it out. Downward facing dog. As you come into your down dog, pick your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Stay there or bend the knee, open up the hips. So see what you feel like you're ready for at this point in time. Keep the shoulders nice and even, outer right hip firms in, and then left knee to your nose, come forward, lift the shin bone up, look where you want to step, and then step your left foot all the way up there. Grab the heel and sweep it up if you need to. Once you're in position, find your blocks or use your fingertips. Frame out the left foot and inhale, straighten out the left leg. And then exhale, bend your left knee back to a square. 3 more like that, nice and slow. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Repeat, last 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. And then last one, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the left knee, right knee comes down. Scoot the right knee back a little bit, point the toes. Inhale, cow pose your spine, lift up through your heart. And then exhale, cat pose your spine, round through your back. Repeat, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. 2 more of each, inhale, cow. And then exhale, cat. 1 more cycle, inhale, cow. And then exhale, cat. Now come back to neutral, stretch your left leg towards straight. Dorsiflex at the ankle, so make a 90-degree and feel free to bend the left knee if you need to. Firm the outer left hip in. So notice if you kind of stick your butt out to the left and then correct that if you do. Inhale, chest towards your left big toe, shoulders down the back. And then exhale, fold over your left leg. Try to keep your belly and your left thigh nice and close. Then we'll stay and breathe for 5. All the while, notice the shoulders, notice the jaws. Try not to let anything new tense up. Last 4. 3. 2. And last one, deep breath in. Exhale, press down, lift up halfway, keep your legs, walk a quarter turn to the left, reach your chest up and away from your pelvis, and then soften the elbows and come right back into a fold. This time just for 3. And 2. And 1. Now look forward to the top of the mat. Frame out your left foot, walk forward, bend your left knee, right palm flat. Curl the right toes, lift the right knee, peel the left side body open. Lean back, stretch up. And then take that left arm up and overhead, palm facing down. And of course, you could just stay there, or from your left shoulder blade, 3 big, slow shoulder circles. Taking your time to ease your way through it. Then after 3, pausing, reversing, 3 going the opposite way. And when you finish, same thing as last time, building up the legs. Look down, left fingertips come down. Pop up onto your right fingertips or use some props. Right foot steps all the way forward to meet the left. Feet hips width apart and parallel. Remember, hips width means 2 fists could fit between your big toes. So you can always measure if you're not sure. And then bend your knees, sink your hips, tap your fingers in line with your heels, reach up, grab hold of opposite elbows just for a moment to remind yourself how to pull the elbows upward, and then fingertips towards the sky. Ribs towards the spine, tailbone towards the floor. And I want you to imagine there's a rubber band outside of your thighs that you're widening your thighs into so you can get more strength from your legs. 3. And 2. And then last one, deep breath in. Exhale, slowly press to stand. Samastitihi, circle the arms down so the palms meet at your heart. Little pause when you get there. And then reverse it, Sun A again. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, swan dive all the way forward, nice and slow, touch the mat. Inhale, look forward, lift halfway. Exhale, plank pose, top of a push-up. So of course, you opt out if you're not really interested in the planks and chaturangas, which I respect, or you can lean forward, lower halfway, and then all the way to your belly. Rest your forehead, point your feet. Inhale, curl the chest forward, just 1 cobra pose. And then exhale, back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And just like last time, pedal out the feet, rock a little side to side. See how things are going. And then keep the feet where they are. Walk the hands towards the feet. This time, as you get to the back of the mat, slide your palms up onto your shins. Inhale, lengthen forward. Almost like a little bit of cow pose in your spine, but then ribs firm in towards the spine. So the lower abdomen is turned on. Goal post the elbows, palms face the floor. And let's go right side eagle arms again. This time, maybe going a little deeper if you're able. Maybe keeping it simple if you'd rather. And then reach the elbows forward with an inhale. Exhale, lead with your elbows, take a fold. Tuck your chin, add a little sway side to side. Maybe you opt for stillness if that feels better. We're here for 4. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Come on back to center. Unravel the arms. Palms to shins. Half lift, lengthen. Ribs firm in. Goal post the elbows. And then left elbow under the right this time. So same thing, second side. Reach the elbows forward. And then again, lead with your elbows to fold. Tuck your chin at the bottom. Hang your head heavy. And then add a little sway. Maybe side to side, maybe front to back, maybe a combination. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Come on back to center. Unravel the arms, bend the knees, place the palms, walk it out, downward facing dog, or tabletop if you need something simpler. Pedal out the feet for a moment once you get there. And then right leg, inhale, sweep it up and back. Same thing, bend the knee, open the hip if you want to, or skip that part if you'd rather. And then right knee to your nose, come forward, lift the shin bone up, look between your thumbs, and step all the way up there, or grab the heels, sweep it up. This time we're coming up into crescent lunge. We've got a few more standing poses to go. So make sure that your feet are hips width apart, and then root down to rise all the way up into your pose. Firming, again, the ribs towards the spine and the outer hips in. And then bending that right knee to a square, arms reach up into the air. Take an inhale, straighten out your right leg as best you're able, and then exhale, bend your right knee to a square, torso halfway forward, arms sweep back. Good, 3 more of those, move with your breath. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, torso halfway forward, arms sweep back. Again, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, torso halfway forward. Last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, torso halfway forward, arms sweep back, and you pause. Now, option number 1, that's your pose. Option number 2, the left foot hops in halfway, and you use it like a kickstand. Option number 3, you can float that left leg up into the air behind you for warrior 3, if you would like. 3 slow breaths. Firm this right hip in. Firm the ribs towards the spine. And try not to let the left leg drop too low if you decided to go for warrior 3. Already, it's your last breath. That went by fast. So deep inhale. Exhale, slow motion. Float yourself back, crescent lunge with that 45-degree angle. Take a little pause. Feel free to use your arms. And then you'll circle the arms around and open to the left. Spin the left heel down and find your right side warrior 2. Now you stay right there. I'm just going to flip around so that you don't have to stare at my back. So we're in right side warrior 2. Right knee is bent to a square. Arms are wide. And then from here, you'll lean forward, flip the right palm, inhale, peaceful warrior. Keep the legs the same. Good, you guys. And then exhale, side angle pose. Come halfway forward, top arm up and over. You got it. Nice job. 2 more of each. Inhale, peaceful, curl back. Exhale, side angle, halfway forward. 1 more time. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. And then listen carefully. Inhale, warrior 2. Press down, lift up. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down, frame out your right foot. Spin to the ball of your left foot behind you. Set your left knee down. Slide your right shin bone back. Place your left palm flat. Lean back, peel the right arm up into the air. Big inhale. And then exhale, keep your lower body the same. Thread the right arm underneath the left side of the chest, palm facing open. And we'll do that 3 times before we land. So inhale, lean back, stretch the right arm up again. Exhale, thread the right arm through, pause and hover. Good, and then one more time. Inhale, lean back, stretch up. And then exhale, thread it through. You can pause at the elbow, or you can get all the way down to the right shoulder. Maybe the right temple can relax to the floor. If not, see if you can bring the floor up to you, add a prop or a pillow underneath you. And then if and only if you want a little extra, the left arm can reach up into the air. You can spin the left palm to face behind you, and you can drape the left arm behind your lower back. And that way you get a little more left shoulder stretch as well. But remember that area we're kind of focused on from belly button to knees. And just notice if you're leaning the hips to the right or left. Notice if you're sinking into one knee and putting all your body weight in one particular area. And try to just spread things out and even things out. 3 more rounds of breath here. Last one already, deep breath in. Exhale, peel the left arm up into the air. And then place the left palm right in front of your chest. Unthread the right arm, lean back, stretch it up. And then as the right palm goes flat, round the back like cat pose, pull your right knee into your nose. And then step your right foot up between your thumbs, or grab the heel, sweep it up. Find your fingertips, curl the left toes, lift the left knee, and step the left foot up to meet the right, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen forward, no chair pose this time. Exhale, fold over your legs. And then press down through your feet. Inhale, reach the arms around and up, Urdhva Hastasana. And as you exhale, circle the arms down, palms meet in prayer, right knee hovers at your chest. So your left leg is strong underneath you. Now this might be your pose, which is perfect, or you might open your right knee to the right, and then place your right foot somewhere on your left leg for tree pose. So remember, the higher you go on the leg, the tougher it becomes. And then again, from belly button down to your kneecap, try to squeeze in towards the center line, because that's where your stability comes from. And then ground through your left foot to reach the arms up into the air. 4 more breaths. Breath is slow and steady the whole way through for 3. For 2. And 1. Palms together in prayer. Right knee hovers just for a moment. And then with as much control as you can manage, right foot meets the left, arms release, palms face open, and you inhale, circle the arms around and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, swan dive forward, Samastitihi, or I'm sorry, Uttanasana. We'll skip Samastitihi this time. Inhale, lengthen forward, Ardha Uttanasana. And then your choice, you can vinyasa if you want to, or step it back, keep it simple, downward facing dog. So if you're going vinyasa, remember those 4 poses: plank, chaturanga, back bend, down dog. If even down dog feels like a lot at this point, tabletop is a great substitute. You could just be doing subtle cat-cows instead of pedaling out the feet. And either way, we've got our last little bit of standing work so that we can stretch it out and relax. So when you're ready for it, left leg sweeps up one last time. Stay there or bend the knee, open the hip. And then left knee to your nose, come forward, lift the shin bone up, look where you want to step, and then step the left foot forward. Stay on the ball of the right foot behind you. Feet are hips width apart. So remember, if they were side by side, there'd be 2 fists between your 2 big toes. And then you'll root down through your feet to rise all the way up, ribs towards the spine, outer hips firm in, and the arms will reach. Now take your time with this. Inhale, straighten out the left leg when you're ready. Test your balance. And then exhale, torso halfway forward, left knee bends, arms sweep back. And repeat. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, take it halfway forward. 2 more. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, halfway forward. And then last one. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, come halfway forward, arms sweep back. Now again, option number one is you stay. Option number two, the right foot hops in just a little bit to help you work like a kickstand. This outer left hip, you want to firm towards the back of the mat regardless. And if you really want to work, the right leg can lift up into the air. Chest moves forward, breath stays deep. We're here for 3. And 2. And 1. Now slowly, mindfully, right toes tap down back of the mat. Maybe they were there the whole time. Open up into your left side warrior 2. So you'll spin open to the right heel grounds down. Reach the arms nice and wide and then sit the hips low. Now again, you guys stay right where you are. I'm gonna spin around so that you get a better visual than looking at my back. So hips are low, thigh bones are widening apart, arms are wide. Lean forward, flip the left palm, inhale, peaceful warrior. And then exhale, side angle pose. It's your last couple of standing moments, so give it what you've got left. 2 more times, inhale, peaceful warrior, curl back. Exhale, side angle pose, come halfway forward. Really think about the belly doing some work here so that you don't get any low back tension. And then last one, inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Now inhale, warrior 2, press down, lift up, keep your legs the same for a moment. Good, and then exhale, cartwheel the arms down slowly, frame out your left foot. Spin to the ball of your right foot, right knee can come down. Left shin bone slides back to meet the right like tabletop. Right palm flat, peel the left arm up into the air. Lean back, stretch open. And then take your left arm and thread it underneath the right side of the chest. And then repeat 2 more like that. Inhale, lean back, stretch the left arm up. Exhale, thread the left arm through, pause, hover. 1 more time, inhale, lean back, stretch up. And then exhale, this time thread it through. You can pause at the elbow or just see if you can get all the way down to the left shoulder. Left temple's nice and heavy, eyes can even close. If the ground is too far away, grab a prop and use it almost like a pillow. And then if you want more, right arm can peel up. You can spin that right palm to face behind you. And then maybe it feels right to drape the right arm behind your low back. So wherever you get to with this one, perfect. Close your eyes. Slow your breath down. 5 here. Last 2. And 1. Right arm can peel up. Right palm in front of your chest. Unthread the left arm, lean back, stretch it up. And then left palm comes flat. Inhale, cow pose your spine. And as you exhale, cat pose your spine, hover your left knee in front of your nose. Look forward, step your left foot forward. Walk your fingertips a little forward, curl the right toes, lift the right knee, and 1 more time, step it all the way up top of the mat. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold, and we've got 1 last standing pose. So as you circle the arms around and up, inhale. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Left knee hovers at your chest, right leg stands strong. So take a moment to notice if this right hip kicks out to the right, which would look something like this. And that means the hip's not very stable, it's just kind of collapsing. So firm that outer right hip in, try to make a column of energy from the sole of your right foot all the way up through the crown of your head. And then keeping that stability at the hip, open your left knee to the left. And place your left foot somewhere on your inner right leg. Lower does make it a little easier, so act accordingly and then peel the arms up into the air. This is our last standing pose, our last balance pose. From here on out, we're gonna settle it down and relax. So try to stay focused. Last 3. Last 2. And one, palms to prayer. Left knee hovers. Slow down your transitions. Left foot meets the right. Arms release, palms face forward. Inhale, circle the arms up one last time. Exhale, swan dive all the way down to the mat. This time, inhale, lengthen forward, lift halfway. And then exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips until you can sit all the way down. Use your arms as much or as little as you need to. And then coming right back to where we got started, step your feet flat and wide towards the edges of your mat. Take your fingertips out behind you, lift your chest up a bunch, and then lower the knees down into the right. Lift back through center. Lower your knees down into the left. Lift back through center. Maybe lift off of your hands so you can just use your pelvic muscles and your lower abdomen. Lower the knees to the right. Maybe you keep using your hands, so see what works. And then lift through center. Lower the knees to the left. Lift through center. And then last one, adding on, lower the knees to the right, spin the torso to the right, fingertips frame out your right thigh, walk it forward and fold. And again, don't worry how far you get. Don't focus even too much on alignment. Just kind of pour yourself into this one. Relax your head, neck, shoulders. And then grounding down through your legs, toning through your belly. Lift your torso up. Keep support if you want it, or hover the palms. Knees come back to center one last time. And then as your knees lower down to the left, same thing, spin your torso to the left, lower your fingertips, walk it out, and take a little fold. Don't worry about what it looks like. Focus on what you feel. Maybe close the eyes. Certainly you want to deepen the breath. 3, 2, and 1. Now lift up, come back to center. Take whatever support you need. Pause when you get to center and bring your feet together and your knees wide. So now we're in Baddha Konasana, like so. Feet together, knees wide. Peace sign fingers are going to wrap around the 2 big toes. Inhale, lengthen forward, open through the chest. And then exhale, hinge at your hips, bow over the legs. Tuck your chin. Shoulders down and back. Spreading your collarbones apart. And then inhale, flat back, rise up, release your big toes. Take your right leg out to the right, left foot finds the upper inner right thigh, so kind of like your tree pose setup. Reach the arms up, revolve to the right, and then hinge at your hips, bow forward, and float the arms down, tuck the chin down. Maybe the eyes close as your breath gets a little deeper. Next inhale, flat back, rise all the way up. Switch your legs, left leg out, right leg in, or vice versa. Just make sure you do the second side. Reach the arms up, revolve to the left, and then hinge at your hips, bow forward. Arms rotate down, shoulders down the back, and the eyes can close. Soften the jaws for 3. And 2. And 1. Flat back, rise all the way up again. Bend both knees, step both feet flat. Now, this time you're going to lie down on your back for bridge pose. So your choice of using your arms or rolling down your back using just your belly. When you eventually get to your back, make sure there's nothing behind you that you might land on. Step your feet in a little closer. Feet hips width apart again. Remember that meant 2 fists. So a lot of us think that our hips are really wide and they're not actually all that wide. Think of 2 fists between your 2 big toes. And then knees and gaze towards the ceiling. Arms released, palms face open. You'll step into your feet, lift your hips up. And your choice to keep the arms relaxed, or you can interlace fingers behind your back if you'd like. 3, 2, and 1. Release that, come all the way down. You've got one more back bend to come, and that could be a deeper back bend if you like, or it can be just as plain and simple. So round 2, bridge, wheel, or otherwise. Step into your feet, lift the pelvis up, clasp hands or keep the arms relaxing. Maybe even place the palms, but we're just here for 3. And 2. And 1. Now come all the way down. Slow and easy. Right knee hugs in. When you get back down to earth, left leg stretches out straight. Reach the thigh bones apart. And then take the outer right thigh in your left hand, drape the leg across you to the left, and peel your right arm open to the right. And then you'll switch it for the second side. Come on back to center. Right leg reaches out, left leg hugs in. First, just stretch the thigh bones apart. And then take the outer left thigh in your right hand. Drape the leg across you. Left arm can peel open to the left. Shoulders down and back, chest wide open. And back to center. Shavasana, unless there's something that you need before you can rest. So if there's something that didn't happen that you wished had happened, like say happy baby or something like that, then briefly just go with your intuition and make whatever finishing touches need to happen become a part of your experience. If on the other side of that, you're just done and you've been ready for Shavasana for a long time, spin the palms open, relax the arms down alongside of you. Try to deactivate the legs. You can even shake them out a couple of times and then let them flop away from the center line. Soften your jaws, close your eyes, and relax. no agenda, maybe you stay and linger. 10 plus minutes of Shavasana would be a wonderful thing, but 5 is enough if that's all you've got. So by all means, stay if you are able. Otherwise, start to deepen the breath. So deepen the breath, move your toes, move your fingers. Rock your head from side to side. And then stretch into the arms, stretch into the legs. Full body length just for a moment. And after that, you can hug your knees into your chest. Roll around on your back a little bit. Smooth everything out one more time. Roll yourself up and over to one side or the other. And then push the ground away. Come all the way upright to sit. And as you sit up tall, palms come together right in front of your heart. Shoulders down the back. Finish our practice for today with one Om. As always, feel free to join, feel free to listen. Take a nice deep breath in. Bow your head to your heart. The light in me honors that very same light in each one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming. Another Tuesday.